usually doesn't hurt as much as it's hurting today, though. And it was the way I was bent down. And I think because I was leaning like this for so long on the phone driving. I think you gotta plug the iPhone in anyway and make sure it's fully charged before you can use it. Maybe you don't even have to do that anymore.
Well, I think you do.
I should have got yellow. I might have got sick of yellow though.
Well, since you like you put in a case anyway.
Yeah, well, that's my wintergreen that I pulled out of that hole. My mom says it will close up, but it's gonna take months. She said when she got hers pulled, she said it was like a crater in there, but it did close up. That makes me feel a little better. I can wait. I'll drop the package off at Walgreens and
Go home and drop the package off.
I said we'll drop the package off at Walgreens and go home.
And then you'll drop the package off
What package?
at home.
No, I'm dropping the package off at Walgreens.
And then you'll drop the package off at home.
Oh, I get it. Slow. Tired? I sure am. I feel like I could sleep for days. No, today my retin-A and my phone are coming. Tomorrow my more comes. That's it. It was a subscription thing that you get to. You had to message back and forth with the doctor, and they prescribe it for you, and then they send it to you every 3 months. Retin-A. It's actually called It's the generic version of Retin-A. But after I get the first tube, I'm going to cancel it, and then I'm going to have Dr. Feldman prescribe it, write me a prescription for it, and use GoodRx, and I can get it a lot cheaper. Oh no. No, your doctor doesn't have an accent.
No.
It's not said that if it was a member of my family, I would have a patch. Do you think this is just an age spot? It's not raised. It's this big. And grew this big. Like, how did it grow that big so fast? It's not even like out the window. And it keeps getting bigger all the time. Now I have age spots all over my hands though. is completely wrong. Maybe you're not seeing him into the hospital and talk to us. I wanna get that laser treatment done in my face, but I don't think there's gonna be time. You can't go in the sun for 10 days. And you're hideous looking, she said. And I know how hideous it looks. Because the first time I met her, I thought she had, like, psoriasis all over her face. Now her skin is beautiful.
Hello.
How are
Hi,
you?
Mr. Bourne. How are you doing?
Good.
Good to see you again. Dr. Aloka, how are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
I believe we met at the hospital.
Yep.
Mrs. Devon is helping me out today.
Hi, Devon.
How you been?
Okay.
You recovering okay?
Yeah, a little numbness still on the left side, but other than that, getting better.
Been to rehab.
That's good. That's
No.
good. That's good. Now I'm looking at your medications. You're not on a baby aspirin or cholesterol
They
medication?
use, baby aspirin, Lipitor, and Plavix.
Yeah.
When I left out of the hospital.
Okay.
But he just ran out.
Oh, I see. Okay, we gotta get you back on that.
Okay.
Because you did have a stroke on the right
I
side,
know.
so we definitely should keep
It's
you
the
on
left
that.
side.
I think it was the right side. That
Right
affects-
side of the
Oh,
brain.
right side of the brain.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So,
That's so weird.
huh?
That's so weird.
It's usually how the brain works. The right side controls the left side. So, I'm gonna put you back on all of that. So you were on aspirin 81 milligrams, which we're gonna put you back on the Plavix, which is one keep you on as well. How much Lipitor did they put you on? 40?
I told you to save the bottle.
Let me see it. It's
I
alright.
don't remember.
I got it.
It was,
No worries. I got a whole chart for you. Yeah, 40 milligrams. So that's good. So I see that you wore that monitor.
yeah.
It looked good. It didn't show any irregular heartbeats.
Yeah, I
It
didn't have any issues with it.
It didn't show atrial fibrillation or anything like that either.
That's good.
They also checked your arteries in the neck that feed the brain, and all of that checked out okay too.
Okay.
The only possible explanation for why you might have had the stroke is that hole in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any other explanation at this point. Have you seen a neurologist on a follow-up visit?
No,
Are you scheduled to see them or no?
no.
I do think trying to close that hole might be beneficial.
Okay.
That's what I was hoping you would say.
Yeah, I think it might be beneficial. Now, before we close the hole, I'm gonna have to take a better look at it.
Mm-hmm.
The way we do that is we do that ultrasound,
Yeah.
but instead of doing it from the outside, we scope the stomach and we look at the heart through the stomach very close so we can take a good picture of that.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we call a TEE, transesophageal echocardiogram. So I'd like to get that scheduled for you.
Okay.
If you're not opposed to it, I'd like to get it done at St. Joe's,
That's fine.
Pontiac.
Yep.
Because when I close the hole, we can't do it at the Valley. It's not a place where we do
Right.
structural heart stuff. If I close it, I'm gonna close it at St. Joe's as well.
We're not that far from
Alright,
St.
that's
Joe's,
good.
we're in Commerce too,
Oh,
but
perfect.
that's
Yeah,
not
it's
that
like
far.
I go back and forth every day, so
Yeah.
it's like a 20-30 minute drive. So.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you refills on the baby aspirin, the Plavix, and 40 of the Lipitor. I want you to keep doing that. How are you doing on the smoking? Good.
No smoking.
Good. You had no medical problems before, right? This is the only
Nothing.
thing.
He's wearing the patch.
Yeah. How's your blood pressure today? Did they? Or
Yeah, they
didn't write
said it was good.
Oh, let me
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, he just didn't write it here. I just want to make sure that he probably put it in the computer but didn't write it.
124.
All right, good. Looks good. All right, let me take a quick listen here. Good. Deep breath. Breathe it out. Breathe in. Okay. So other than this left hand, everything else is left foot as well.
Yeah.
I usually don't like to close the hole for at least 8 to 12 weeks after a stroke, because we give you blood thinners, we give you all these other things, but let's look at it first. We're gonna need to look at it anyways, and then we'll take it from there.
He shouldn't go back to work though, should he?
What kind of work do you do?
I'm an inspector for a concrete company, so I'm
He drives
traveling a
around.
lot.
A lot of physical stuff too?
I'm
No,
not a lot of walking.
Yeah. Are you driving now?
Yeah.
You're back to driving?
Mhm.
Okay. So I think you can use some time off if you want. I mean, unless you have to go back to work.
I mean, I don't have to.
Yeah, if you need me to give you a note to stay off work until we take care of things for you.
he's anxious to get back to work.
You know, you can but you can't do a lot of physical activities. So anything that requires lifting more than 30 pounds, you should avoid. Is that something you do quite a bit during your job?
It's a lot of walking usually.
So it's a lot, it's a lot of physical activity. I think you gotta take some time off. Do you want me to give you a note to stay off? Let's say we're right now kind of mid-March until end of April. That's 6 weeks.
Well, my disability, the form I.
Oh,
gave
you have
to-
it there? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, they'll fill it and give it to me. Okay. So that's the only thing they need, right?
Yeah, I think it's short term now
Yeah.
until,
Till 3 months usually. or
and then
something. Okay.
long term.
After we close the hole, also you gotta avoid physical activity, major,
That's what I was gonna ask,
major
what's the
physical
downtime?
activity. While lifting, bearing down, all of these things you should try to avoid, but walking around and doing things usually a week afterwards, you should be able to go back to work.
What, after I get this plugged, can I get back to
Oh, absolutely.
heavy duty?
Yeah, but you gotta be on blood thinners for a couple of, for 6 months. Baby aspirin forever, probably. And if you get any dental work or anything done within the first 6 months of putting that, you need antibiotics prophylaxis as well. Now, the way we close the hole is through an IV
Groin.
in the groin, so it's not typically a big deal.
Right.
Yeah, they said it's an outpatient procedure.
You stay overnight, so you don't go home
Oh,
the
he
same day.
does?
Yeah, you stay
They told
overnight.
us it was an
It's
outpatient.
outpatient. They call it outpatient because you're not admitted, but we
Okay.
room you and keep you overnight, and you go home
Okay.
the next day. Because we do a sonogram and echocardiogram the next day to make sure everything looks good.
Okay.
First of all, let's do the TEE. That's the first step. And how
Okay.
about now
Schedule that?
we're gonna get this scheduled for you. We'll do that at St. Joe's. And the stroke was, I mean, again, I don't think we should close it until at least end of March.
Okay.
Because all of this was in the beginning of February. So we'll do that TEE. Once I do it, we'll come up with a plan.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be doing it, I'll see you in the hospital, then we'll talk about the results, and then I'll tell you, yes, let's proceed, or let's wait. And by then, it would have been at least 6 weeks, hopefully,
Okay.
from the, so I'll set you up for that TEE, I'll send you the scripts for the medicines. How about tentatively, I'm gonna put you in for a follow-up here, tentatively, let's say in about 3 months,
Okay.
tentatively.
Sure.
But in 3 months, we're probably gonna be done with closing that hole anyways.
Okay, are we
Alright.
gonna, schedule the TEE?
The girls in the front would, yeah,
Okay.
we'll get
I-
it scheduled for you
I
at St.
need to
Joe's.
look at.
They might not give you a date today because they have to call the hospital and find out the availability, so you might hear back from Heather Walters and she'll go over all the dates with you. I typically do them on a Friday, if that works for you.
Okay.
And you go home the same day for that procedure. Usually you're in there for about 3 hours or so. Okay?
Okay.
Alright guys, hey, good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you take care.
I should have recorded it.
Oh,
because
yes.
I'm not gonna remember all this.
So we're gonna resume his medications and we're gonna do this TEE.
I'm gonna start taking, do
Pretty
they
much.
still sell baby aspirin in the store?
I'll send you a script, Bill. Yeah, they
Okay.
do, but I'll send you a script.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
So aspirin, Plavix, and we'll do that TEE.
They'll get you checked out at the counter.
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks. Devon, right?
The paperwork for the short-term disability, the docs will take care of that?
I'll send it over to Jenny Tinsley. She's our person who does that in our Bloomfield office.
Okay.
So we have to set up an appointment for a TEE.
Yeah, so that has to be done at the hospital. So that, Kristen will be calling you for the TEE, and Jenny is the disability person. Where they. Okay. So you don't really need an order, you just need to wait for a phone call. Heather Walters is gonna be who schedules the TEE for you. Jenny's gonna be the person I'm sending your disability to.
How's it gonna show up on this phone? Is it gonna say like, Oxford, like,
I would just say I'm
It should say Cardiology and Vascular Associates. They
Okay,
both should be
good.
calling you from
Good.
333-1170. They're both in Bloomfield.
Okay. Good.
And then other than that, do you have co-pays with your insurance today that you're aware of?
Probably.
It looks like we have a balance anywhere that one, 88.83. Just so you're aware, it pops up for me maybe.
hang on, I got this one.
This is your first visit with us. Do you see one of the primary care doctors around here, or did you see you in the hospital maybe?
Yeah, there's who's the other doctor? My primary is in Tenetti, which is,
I don't have to for that, unfortunately.
Alright, I'll
Well,
give you
I
my
just
debit
figured.
card.
Let me just double check this here. What's your date of birth, Michael?
324.63.
Have a wonderful day, guys.
Thanks, you do the same, Caesar?
Thank you.
It's something left over from the 3rd of February.
Well, yeah, that was-
Okay, so it must have been somewhere in the hospital.
Oh, we go out to pay.
No, it's just on the other side.
Oh,
of
I
your
see
purse.
what you're saying. I see it.
It's okay. Do you wanna take care of the whole thing?
$88?
Yeah. Just ask. Not everybody does.
Well, you know what, I would probably be saying no. My father passed away and left an inheritance.
We have those things. But we, you know.
Well, my kids aren't getting anything. They aren't. There won't be enough.
What would you have? Okay, I'm getting one.
This is our,
This guy was really good.
we have an autistic son, and this is our very first granddaughter.
Aww. Is it gonna be her brother?
Sharon?
Nope, it's my youngest daughter, and it's a girl.
Oh,
And she's going to be named.
Good morning.
And once she
Okay, there.
changes it to Minnie.
Allow you for a step on the
Leonardo
scale for me? I'll
Minnie.
take this from you.
Oh, you sure? Minnie's
Yes, I'm
around.
gonna put them over here. We're gonna be in this room.
Okay.
Okay, you can stand up. We're gonna be right over here.
And then they'll give you instructions after the meeting. Come back and see
Yes,
it.
we're gonna remove some parts. Allow you to sit on the knee. Sharon. My name is Caesar. I'm gonna be doing the evening treat.
I'm gonna have to check my.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here, let me pull that. in thirds so that you can put it right back, right in that envelope with all your other stuff.
Alright, you guys have a good day. We'll see you in a couple weeks after that TEE, okay?
Alright, sounds
Okay,
good,
thanks
thanks.
a lot. You're welcome. Oh, left my phone here. You didn't come back.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, it's as slow as it's ever been, but it's brutal. They're so smart. And check your pockets.
This is the worst thing I gotta. It's stuck in my left pocket. And I sort of put them in down. I can't feel them, so it's like scramble around inside there, even though I can't feel anything. But Rick's not gonna be happy